Merry meet Taurus, Taurus sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Taurus, starting today, the 30th of April, 2024. And happy birthday to all of you sun in Taurus. Hope you have a fabulous birthday. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Vanessa and the lovely I Am Her Eminence. Moderating on Twitch is the lovely Delene. Thank you, moderators, and thank you, Taurus and friends of Taurus, for joining us today. We are reading today with the Tarot of Gulliver, and I've already purified with my own homemade Queen of Hungary water. You can find links to purchase the tarot cards and also to the video on how you can make your very own Queen of Hungary water right in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. I sure hope you're having a great day today, and if not, I hope this reading can help turn things around for you. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch, and you can watch on Twitch without ads when you subscribe to us. Just remember, if you're watching on a restream on YouTube, you can always fast forward through the shuffling if you don't feel like watching it by using the timestamps right in the video description. If you're live, or if you like to stick with me while we're shuffling, welcome. It won't take long. Only about another minute of shuffling should do. We do have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. That's all affiliate links right now, but we are working on a brand new shop that's a full retail experience. In the meantime, those affiliate links, if you purchase anything, we do make a small commission off of each and every sale, so it's just an easy way to give us some support. Oops. By the way, Taurus, this does go out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you, just disregard the reading because it's probably not meant for you. In that case, check out the readings for your other signs, or we do have a daily reading for all signs every day except for Monday. You can find the most recent replays of the tarot readings on the website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. All right, let's just take a look here and see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Taurus. All right. We've got a 9 of coins, lucky you. And you've got a Page of Cups, lucky you. And you've got a 5 of Cups, not so lucky. Okay, so the 5 of Cups, let's start with that. The conflicts internally, internal conflicts. Sorry, I had to pick up my card that I just dropped. Internal conflicts, you know, that's what you're sort of struggling with or struggling towards, going toward. The thing is that right now you've got all this good news coming to you straight from Spirit. And how that's conflicting you is based on the fact that perhaps all of this good news that's coming to you is at odds with some of your own ideas about yourself and about the world. And that even sometimes the best of news can cause us internal conflict if it doesn't jive with our current beliefs. It causes us internal stress. And it's so funny how sometimes the best news can stress us out the most. And there's nothing wrong with you when that happens. It's just normal. But what you want it to be is what they used to call in was it Christian Science? I'm not a Christian scientist, but I think it was them that had that term called chemicalization. And that's when an old thought system is being replaced by a new thought system, and there's sort of like a chemical reaction that happens. And that sometimes when you have that conflict, that internal conflict, it's actually a good sign because it means things are moving. But for the moment, you're going through it. So just to allow yourself to go through it and not to respond to it, not to react out of it, just to allow yourself to kind of go through it. It shouldn't be but a very momentary thing, and it's worth going through because you want these new realities to take hold in your life. It's beautiful. This prosperity, And this good news, it's all wonderful, but some of it flies in the face of some of your old beliefs, and you're going to have to let go of some old beliefs when those come up. Remind yourself, if it's on the way up, it's on the way out. That's what I always remind myself of. Now, sometimes when you get the Five of Cups, it's not necessarily if it's on the way up, it's on the way out, but it is that for you because of where it's falling after these two things. See this wonderful sort of like input of spiritual energy that's coming straight from spirit. That Page of Cups is always the good news. And the good news, when it starts to wash away all of this sort of bad news, it's there's that little proverbial war of Armageddon that happens internally, and you just want to make sure that you allow that cleansing to happen. I like the image here, actually, that all of this, it looks like a scarf, but think of it as water being poured into the cup. And as that water comes pouring into all of your internal being, that instead of these cups, which are sort of stagnant water, they all get washed out. They all get cleaned out with fresh new water. And that moment of cleansing can be like, ugh. And so don't take it super seriously. It's just a momentary purification that's going on for you. Part of it is this Queen of Swords has to get washed away. So you've been sort of tolerating her in the midst of things. You've been trying to, many of you anyway, have been trying to walk the fence. Well, I can be a little Queen of Swords, and I can be a little, a little star goddess. I can have a little bit of ego and a little bit of spirit, and it's a good thing. We want the variety. But what happens is with certain things in life, you can't have variety. When it comes to ego and spirit, it's one or the other. It really is one or the other. It's just sort of like you can't be a little bit pregnant. You can't be a little bit committed to spirit. You can't be a little bit committed to the ego. It's really one of those things that's all or nothing. And there's nothing wrong with you if you are still sort of indulging, shall we say, in the Queen of Swords. We all do that from time to time. But when you notice her, you don't want to say, yeah, but I like it. It's fun. It's fun to be bitchy. It's fun to gossip. It's fun to have negative opinions about myself or negative opinions about others. It just makes me, it makes me funny. It makes me sarcastic. It gives me personality. Isn't it fun? Isn't it nice? That's not true. That's her game. She loves just kidding. The Queen of Swords, that's her favorite phrase. Just kidding. Because then you can get away with committing yourself to those sort of bitchy attitudes and not fully take responsibility and say, well, my hands are clean. I was just kidding. Even if you're just kidding with yourself. So just be aware of that the deep mind doesn't understand just kidding. The deep mind doesn't have that kind of a sense of humor. The deep mind is like you plant the seed. There's no joke. If you're planting the seed of something, that seed, it will germinate. It doesn't understand, well, I was just joking. Well, there is no just joking when you're planting that seed, right? So be careful of that. Wheel of Fortune. Gee. And then the Four of Swords. Yeah. So this is really giving you very clear advice. It's like, this is an important time for you, Taurus. This is a very important time for you. A lot of big movement in maybe financial, or at least something of that represents wealth to you. Growing, increasing, really important time for you. And having the Queen of Swords say, just kidding, to ruin this is no joke. So we're not saying that you can't have a sense of humor, obviously. Everybody's got one. And I think that's, the most heavenly thing is when you have a sense of humor. But don't let the ego co-opt the idea of the sense of humor. Don't allow yourself to just kidding yourself into ruining some of these wonderful things going on for you. It's saying, in fact, with this Four of Swords, that you need to pull back from that. You need to pull back from any sense of bitchiness even when you're just kidding. You need to really fast from that for a couple of weeks to allow yourself to be a little bit more boring when it comes to that, and to really pull back and to disengage from any semblance of that. Because what that will do is it's going to cause an internal conflict with you that drains you from having the outcomes which you've been working towards. Like I said, these outcomes look like many of them are financial in nature, but at least some sense of wealth, whether it's financial or not. The two stars of the show are these very powerful cards here, the wheel, and also this Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is all good news. All good news. And it's not kidding. The Page of Cups' good news is not a joke. It's not kidding. And she wants to diminish the good news from here by making everything into a joke, or by making everything into a not that important. No, it's not that important. It's not that important. Well, all that's important to her is being dismissive. All that's important to the Queen of Swords within is being dismissive, being condescending, being bitchy, being cynical, but also doing it under the wire, so that it's not super obvious. She's not like the King of Swords who just owns it and just says, I don't care. I'm just gonna salt the fields and burn down the village. She's not like that. She would much rather start a whisper campaign inside your mind, so that you can undo everything that you've been working so hard on. She wants to infect you with that sort of ego virus. And you're not going to let that happen. You're not going to let that happen. You're going to let yourself listen in silence every day. This is my recommendation. Listen in silence every single day to the good news, and realize that the good news is not kidding. Watch her like a hawk. Anytime you see that Queen of Swords come up, you identify her. However you want to call, whatever name you want to call her, I just call her Queen of Swords just because it's easy. And I watch when I see that she's up for me, I really keep an eye out, because I'm not going to let her ruin my life. Especially since you've been working so hard on getting things happening, and they are coming true. They are coming true. This Wheel of Fortune is no joke. You are in the midst of a very massive increase in your good. And this Four of Swords, which is telling you to disengage and pull back from the Queen of Swords, it's doing that in order for you to have order in your mind, so that you can withstand this massive expansion that's happening. And remember that as you let go of that Queen of Swords, it can feel a little melancholy at times. Go through it. Just go through it. Realize that that's not what's happening, that those things are leaving you. Any kind of sense of sadness or depression or any of that sort of thing that comes up, realize that it's leaving you. It's on the way up because it's on the way out. What's really happening is you're disengaging with the part of the ego that wants to destroy you right now, which is just how it's programmed for all of us. So don't take it personally. And realize you're not going to put up with that. You're not going to put up with that because you've been working too hard, too long to get things going. All right, you can listen to this meditation on the Wheel of Fortune card, and it's called Expanding Your Good, I believe. Let me make sure I get that right. Yes, Expanding Your Good. And you can find the link to all the tarot meditations in the video description of this very video on my YouTube channel. You are doing great, Taurus. So just realize that when you're doing great, the ego likes to shut it down. You're not going to let that happen. Don't let her be cunning and sly with you. Allow yourself to keep moving where you're headed and disengage from all aspects of her, even if it seems fun at the time, because you will then have that little bit of chemicalization, and then on the other side of that, you will have your goal manifest for you, and then some, and then some. Very big expansion going on for you right now. All right, good job. We will see you in a couple weeks. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Vanessa, I Am Her Eminence, and Delene. And we'll see you in 2 weeks, Taurus. Blessed be.